have one of those days, maybe weeks, times where we feel completely overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed with everything that we have to do, whether it's looking after our kids, whether it's at work, whether it's home life, anything like that. But sometimes I feel like the word overwhelmed doesn't actually capture how I'm feeling. Like, you know, when your brain feels a little bit frazzled and there's just like information coming at you so much. Like even when your kids start talking to you, you're like, oh, just shut up. And you don't want to say that, but inside you're like, oh, stop talking to me. The TV feels too loud. Everything feels like it's just aggravating you and just getting on your nerves. I saw a post recently on Instagram and actually really highlighted exactly how I was feeling. I'm going to share it with you right now. I'm not angry, I'm overstimulated. The TV is too high. Multiple people are asking me for different things at the same time. My clothes feel too tight. My hair isn't cooperating. I have a million things on my mind and a never-ending to-do list. I'm not angry, I'm overstimulated and need a moment to collect my thoughts. Now this post really captured everything. Like, I'm overstimulated. I'm completely overstimulated right now and overwhelmed with everything that I've got to do. So in today's video, what I want to share is just 3 tips to help you kind of calm that internal noise that's going on inside your brain and even just externally as well. And what you can do, these are things that I've done and might help you. So let's get into today's video. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Jay, and on this channel we focus purely on debunking the myth that being a functional hot mess is a badge of honor. It ain't around these parts. We focus purely on just making things simple and keeping them simple so we can fight for simplicity. So if that sounds good to you, please go ahead and, subscribe to the channel. This is what it's all about. So let's get into some of these tips. This is going to be a little bit more of a slower paced video. I'm not going to do a huge amount of editing to this one. I just want to keep it really real, share some stories, things that have been going on for me and that are likely going on for you as well, just to kind of help you out. Because I know that, listen, we need all the help we can get to be able just to kind of calm the storm. So one of the first things I want to talk about is really taking a look at your phone and switching off all your phone notifications. Now, I have mentioned this in a previous video before. I'll link it up here on ways to simplify your life. And switching off my phone notifications has been a godsend, even down to when my phone rings. My phone is always on silent, and I keep it on silent because I don't need someone calling me all the time. And if they do, cool, I can call them back. It's no big deal if I miss their call. It's all good. Actually, to be honest, and I would like you to take a look at your phone as well. Like, how many calls have you had recently? It's probably not a huge amount unless you're using your phone for work or whatever, but it's likely that you just don't use it all that much. You use it, yes, but you may not get as many calls as you actually think. So just switch it off. Switch the volume off, switch off all the notifications to social media apps, to notifications, whatever it is. When you are ready, then you go ahead and go into the app to check it. That's it. Even if it comes down to group chats that you have on WhatsApp, mute them. Mute them. When you're ready, you can go in and check it. If it's really an emergency, someone will text you. The only person that actually I will receive calls and texts from are from my husband and from my kids, and that's it. Everyone else can take a back seat until I'm ready to actually check them. And I found that even for myself, that just calms my inner anxiety. Whilst I'm cooking, the phone's dinging, ding, ding, just because someone on Instagram that I follow posted a story. I don't care. If you posted a story, great, good for you. I'll check it when I'm ready. And I'm sitting on the sofa at the end of the day and I'm scrolling through. Not right now. The important thing to remember here is that you're switching off those things so that you can calm your brain and not feel overstimulated, because that contributes to the overwhelm that you're feeling. Even though you might not necessarily need to do anything with that notification or whatever it is, but it just adds to it and you have that mental load hanging around. So just switch them off, go through your phone, switch them off one by one. And even if you do it for a day or 2 days, you'll just feel so much calmer, trust me. Most of the time we feel like we have to keep up that rhythm, but let's look at it from a different perspective and a different light. You know, sometimes when you're at work, you're sitting at work, doing a thing, and you're stuck. And this happens to me a lot. You get stuck. You're trying to write something, maybe it's an email, report, whatever it is, contribute to a presentation or write some sort, whatever the situation. You can insert situation here. But you're at work and you're trying to focus and you're trying to concentrate, but the words aren't coming. They're just not coming out. Like you're just mentally stuck. But in the back of your mind as well, you're also thinking of, okay, well, I've got to do this when I finish work because I've got to take the kids to whatever sports practice. I've got to go home. Have we got enough food for dinner? Do I need to go shopping? Oh my goodness, I don't have anything for us to eat, etc. The list goes on, but you're trying to be in the moment to write this thing. And sometimes it is just a matter of stepping away from your desk, putting down your mouse or whatever, and going for a walk. That's my second tip, to be able to combat this overwhelm and like literally break the cycle. I found that really helps for me. Getting outside, going for a walk, taking a step away, and just doing that. This, I suppose, will work if you've got kids that are slightly older. So my kids are 12, 11, and 8. And so I found that even in days when I am at home and they are at each other's throats, they're arguing with each other, like from the moment that they wake up, they're arguing with each other, arguing with me. There's nothing that I can say that is even helpful or even where they even want to listen to me, or they 100% right, and you're like, oh my goodness, this is just, nothing's coming together. And sometimes when that happens, I literally put down everything, I put my shoes on, and I leave my phone behind. Mum of the year here, and I go for a walk, and I just have this complete mental shift, whatever it is. And I find myself when I am walking as well, when I'm outside, I always look up at the sky. I don't know what it is, and I'm sure there's some sort of scientific evidence to back this up. But I have found that just looking outside, looking up at the sky, just gives me some perspective and gives me just something. I don't know what it is. It really works and just helps to break that moment or cycle that I'm going through at the moment. And even when I'm at work, I'll do the same thing, and I'll just take some time to get outside and go for a walk. Listen, these tips that I'm sharing are not life-changing. They are not like earth-shattering, like you've probably never heard these before. But hey, we definitely need a reminder every now and again, because we forget. And we get caught in the cycle of just feeling overwhelmed and frustrated with either not being able to get things done or not being as productive or efficient as we would like to be. But we can't keep doing that. We're not machines. So take a breath, leave your phone behind if you can, obviously with your notifications off, and not listen to anything. And the reason is that you're not then tempted to be stimulated by your phone. You're actually really taking a mental break from whatever is going on around you, to step away so that you can feel less overwhelmed and less frazzled, less stressed, less anxious. Let's go on to the next tip. So I'm going to share the last tip with you, and this is, my car is no Ferrari, but I love her and she gets me from A to B and she's just a gem. I love it. Why is being in your car an advantage? Why will it help you feel less overwhelmed? We're going to get into that. But first, I actually want to share just a video where from something else that I saw on Instagram recently that really helped me out. And I was like, yes, preach. So let me just share a clip of it. And I'll actually leave the link to both posts, actually, to this post and the one I shared earlier in the description below.
Now, my appointment was done at least 15 minutes ago, okay? However, I am still sitting in my car. Why? Because it is a form of self-care. The reason it's self-care for me is because... Now see, I absolutely love that. There's something about it, and you'll always find me in my car, and I'm pretty much here all the time. I leave voice notes to my friends and family, catching up on WhatsApp, correspondence, emails and stuff. I'm in the car. I spend most of my time waiting for my kids to finish their sports practice or whatever it is. I'm generally here most of the time. So with that, I found that when I am feeling crazy overwhelmed, I actually just sit in my car in complete silence. No radio on, no engine on, no nothing. Not looking at my phone, and I just sit and I close my eyes. And that just helps me, just like I said before, just breaks that pattern of, or that cycle or that mental clarity that we're missing. And it just helps me just feel so much calmer. So I recommend for you, just take a few minutes when it's feeling a bit much and just
come and take a seat inside of your car. Sometimes I even find myself doing it once I've gotten home from work and I've driven back and I pull up into my driveway and I'll sit in my car for at least 5 minutes, not doing anything, not saying anything, not checking my phone, nothing like that before I enter the house. I feel like I need to just have a moment to myself where I'm not talking to anyone, I'm not being asked for anything, I'm not having to check Teams or anything like that. I'm just being still, because by the time you go in that front door, you've got your next job to do, right? And it can feel like, oh my goodness. I've found this before. You get out of your car, you go straight into the house and it's already like, hi, how are you, mum? Blah, blah, blah. Can we do this? Can we go? You walk into an argument, it's like a freaking firestorm, and you're like, I need to collect my thoughts. I can't talk to you right now, So I found that just taking that time and sitting in your car, taking a few minutes is so, so helpful. I remember this one time when I was completely frazzled and my kids were really, really young, and they were I think there must have been about 2 or 3, so there's 16 months between my eldest and my middle child. They were like at each other's throats. My son at the time, he was a teenager, so he was going through all the things and just being a 3-year-old, having tantrums, all of that. And it was just too much for me. I had them at home with me and I was looking after them. I was completely done. I was cooked, completely cooked. And so I remember bursting into tears and closing myself and locking myself, or not locking myself, but closing myself in the pantry because I was just done. I was completely over it. I was tired. I was exhausted. Laundry needed to be done. Food needed to be cooked. They needed to be put to bed. All the things. And I just closed myself in the pantry. And I kind of see sitting in your car as a similar thing. Not that you're locking yourself in or anything like that, but it's just that thing where you are just like, I'm going to take a second to pull myself together and I just need some quiet time. It was like your car is a bit of a warm hug. It's warm in here, it's got great sound, it's familiar, it's comfortable, it feels safe and it feels calming. So do take that time to take a breath and come and sit in your car. If you've got to do some big deep breaths, meditate, pray, whatever it is, just as long as you're not looking at your phone, it will do wonders for your psyche, for your mental health, just to do that for a few minutes throughout the day or when things get tough. So this video is a lot more slower paced than my normal ones, but I really just wanted to speak from the heart and just share with you, because you may be in a situation where you're feeling quite overwhelmed yourself or overstimulated or whatever it is. And us mums are going through it like constantly. I would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, what's your tip to help you kind of break that cycle of feeling overwhelmed? Come on, I would love to hear from you. Let's help the community out. If I don't have them, you might have some great tips as well that you might be able to share with others. And I am going to go back and get on with the rest of my day. If you've enjoyed these tips, then you'll definitely enjoy watching this video where I talk about the thing that's most overlooked by full-time working mums. So definitely go ahead and check out that video here. And if you want to check out 14 ways to be able to simplify your life, go ahead, check that video out here. Remember that being a functional hot mess is not a badge of honor. Let's debunk that myth. Keep fighting for simplicity, gorgeous, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.